This is ABC-7 at 9 on the El Paso Las Cruces CW.
Good evening and thanks for joining us here on ABC-7 at 9 on the CW. I'm Ashley Rodriguez. El Paso ISD's newest school is ending its second week in session. The Mesita Early Childhood Center at Vilas is the first of its kind in the district. The plan was to send Vilas kids to Mesita Elementary and make it a 2nd through 5th grade school. Then send Mesita Pre-K through 1st to Vilas and make it the Mesita Early Childhood Center. At first, parents were apprehensive, but now that school started, the feedback is positive.
As parents wait to pick up their little ones,
1, 2, 3.
The students switch from Spanish to English.
Everything from their chairs being at their level, bathrooms being at their level. I love it. You know, from the get-go, we're strong supporters, my wife and I, and extremely excited to see what the future holds. And so far, so good.
Over the summer, El Paso ISD spent about $600,000 to make Vilas fit for small children. Whiteboards have been lowered, there's a new playground, and classrooms are colorfully cozy. Parents have a new parking lot with a drop-off zone. There's also buses taking former Vilas elementary students across Mesa to Mesita and vice versa. Teachers from Mesita and Vilas spent the summer preparing to teach kids under 5. Teach being the key word.
It's more than just sit at the table and, work on your writing, your alphabet, your numbers. This is active learning.
Yes, class, class. Yes, yes.
These teachers aren't just glorified babysitters. They have to be ready to teach dual language programs, including Mandarin, technology, and gifted and talented courses.
They're very needy at that age, and so you're very much having to explain in detail what you want them to do.
Both Socorro and Isleta ISD offer early childhood centers. And as principal of EPISD's first, Ferris is looking forward to a smooth school year.
Here we are, and the children are settled, and the teachers are teaching, children are learning, and it's moving forward so well beyond our expectations.
The center is not done growing. Soon there will be more construction to add additional parking. And the center has also partnered with UTEP, allowing teaching students to gain real experience in the classroom. They will be on campus in the coming weeks. And for parents outside Sunset Heights who are interested, EPISD offers open enrollment. The El Paso Children's Hospital insists it shouldn't have to pay UMC any rent. Federal Judge Christopher Mott says he'll probably decide if children should pay back rent next Tuesday. This is just the rent for the time period since Children's filed for bankruptcy. Today, during the hearing, we bumped into Rosemary Castillo, the Children's Hospital Board Chair, who has repeatedly refused interviews. So we asked her some pending questions on the case.
What's the incentive for the Children's Hospital to end this promptly when the bankruptcy consultants are getting paid hundreds of $1,000s a month?
We're committed to the taxpayers. They gave us a mission, and we will fulfill that mission. That is the motivation.
Children's says it shouldn't have to pay UMC rent because UMC was an insider in Children's decisions, and UMC had supposedly told Children's it didn't need to pay rent in 2015, and because UMC allegedly negotiated in bad faith. But UMC says Children's has no documented proof of any of that. Children's admits, though, the lease is valid.
They just don't want to pay it because they've made such bad decisions in the past, such poor financial decisions. They decided to spend more than they were bringing in. They decided not to engage in shared services contracts that could have saved them money. Now they're trying to find a way out. And the way out is UMC's the bad guy, and Judge, please don't make us pay the rent, which we agree to.
Another interesting development from today, Children's CEO Mark Herbers admitted to reporting to the federal government Children's had paid the full rent to UMC, when in fact, Children's hadn't paid $27 million at the time. That's part of the information the federal government uses to determine some Medicaid reimbursements. All right, let's go to ABC-7 and our text traffic coverage tonight live. We're taking a look at I-10 in Kansas, and as you can see, crews are preparing to shut down the freeway going eastbound. And we know right around 9:30, 9:40, that creates a backup going eastbound. So if you're headed out going eastbound, Just know that on the west side, crews are going to be shutting down the freeway for construction. To StormTrack weather now. Nicole Gomez joins us live with your first forecast. Hi, Nicole.
Hi there, Ashley. Let's take a look at Doppler radar. Currently tracking some activity. Although we're not seeing any heavy downpours, we're going to keep rain chances in the forecast for tonight. Now, as we look at Doppler radar, you can see we're seeing some very light greens here, but most of this is evaporating before it actually hits the ground. But our temperatures right now at the airport read 84 degrees, 78 Las Cruces, 77 Deming, and out in Guadalupe Pass, 81 degrees. Now, our future track rainfall model showing us the moisture moving in from the west overnight, and it looks like it will continue to push into our area Friday morning. So coming up, we'll talk about the possibility of rain tomorrow morning with the latest future track computer model, the possibility of storms during tomorrow night's football games, and we'll talk about those details with your weekend forecast as well. That's all coming up. Ashley?
All right, Nicole, thank you for that. Let's go ahead and switch it to politics now. Today, Republican presidential hopeful Donald Trump made it official. He will not seek a third-party nomination if he fails to win the GOP nomination. But that's not why he's making headlines tonight. Here's Trump on Spanish speakers in the U.S.
When you get right down to it, we're a nation that speaks English. And I think while we're in this nation, we should be speaking English. And that's how assimilation takes, and that's how, I mean, whether people like it or not, that's how we assimilate, and that's how we go on to that next phase and that next stage, and that's how people that don't speak English, and I'm not just talking about Spanish, I'm talking about from various parts of the world, that's how they will become successful.
That was in response to GOP rival Jeb Bush speaking to reporters in Spanish about the real estate mogul's policies. Trump said the former Florida governor should, quote, set the example by speaking English in the U.S. Jeb Bush says he won't back down. In his stump speech today, the Republican presidential hopeful went after Trump, drawing contrast with him on issues like taxes and abortion.
I'm going to push back when he says things that are ugly, that I think will damage our brand, damage our ability to be successful. And I'm sure as hell going to, when he attacks me personally or disparages my family, damn right I'm going to fight back.
Woo. Meantime, Democratic presidential hopeful Bernie Sanders says people who work 40 hours a week should be able to raise their families with dignity.
Simple fact, and that is that wages for millions of workers in this country are just too damn low. The federal minimum wage of $7.25 an hour, which is the minimum wage here in Iowa, is a starvation wage.
More cursing than usual this political cycle. Now, Sanders says he supports raising the federal minimum wage over a period of several years to $15 an hour. Texas Republican Governor Greg Abbott is heading to Mexico for the first time since taking office. The trip comes amidst growing tensions between Texas and its biggest trading partner. Abbott will meet with Mexico President Enrique Peña Nieto during the three-day trip. The governor says he wants to improve bilateral relations and create more economic prosperity. Social media time. Mike isn't mincing words. Hopefully he tells the Mexican president to keep the illegals from crossing. Won't happen, though. Richard being sarcastic. Is he going to try to arrest them? I mean, Trump says they're sending their worst to the U.S. Michael is being mean. I hope Abbott forgets his passport and can't come back. Her good faith is simply not a viable defense. The words of a federal judge who ordered a defiant county clerk in Kentucky to jail. This story is generating a lot of buzz online and all over the country. The clerk has refused to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples for 2 months since the Supreme Court legalized gay marriage. Take a look.
Why are you not issuing marriage licenses today?
Because I'm not.
Under
whose
authority
are you not issuing licenses?
Did your lawyers tell you?
I don't
Did
believe
God
in your
tell
God.
you to do this? Did God tell you to treat us
I don't believe
like this?
in your God.
I've asked you all to leave. You are interrupting my
You can call the police.
Oh my, the U.S. District Judge David Bunning told Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis there she will remain in jail until she complies with his order to issue the licenses. Davis argues her Christian faith should exempt her from signing the licenses. The judge says the oath Davis took to uphold the laws and Constitution of the United States supersedes those beliefs. And of course, this one lit up our social media network today. Gregor with strong words for the county clerk. If she does not approve of the government's actions, she should find a new job, but that's probably expecting too much from somebody who wants to acknowledge the sanctity of marriage, even though she's been married 4 times. Roman disagrees. You should stand up for what you believe in. More power to her. Just goes to show how free we really are. To which Lori replied, she's a federal employee. She needs to uphold the law like her job required her to do. If she disagrees with the government, she can quit. And Leo with a bit of humor. She doesn't believe in same-sex marriage. Don't marry a woman. Although if she's been married to 4 different men, she might give women a try. Connect with us by using the name See You on the CW on the Big 3 social media apps. You can also join the discussions at the KVIA.com Facebook page or at ABC-7 Breaking on Twitter. Rugged, mean, and rude. You probably won't want to bump into him in some shady bar or dark alley. What about a film festival, though? After the break, we'll tell you why actor Danny Trejo is coming to the borderland. Plus, a lot of you are sounding off on Patriots quarterback Tom Brady. The Deflategate case is coming to an end. We'll tell you if he will be able to play in the season opener.
Our temperatures were cooler today. I'll let you know if we're expecting even cooler temperatures this weekend, and we'll talk about those rain chances in your full StormTrack weather forecast.
This is ABC 7 at 9 on the CW, where you don't just watch the news, you are part of the story.